What's up, NVKBA? Sorry I'm a little bit late. I lost track of time doing some stuff around the house here, but I'm here nonetheless. So I appreciate you guys hanging out or here for me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well. Testing out a new computer tonight. Um, so hopefully everything's good. But yeah, just give me a shout out here, or thumbs up in the comments section, and we can go ahead and get started here. I'm going to do a test in the chat, make sure we're good. What's up, Carrie? Got a thumbs up. I appreciate it, brother. Sounds good. What's up, Greg? Justin, good evening. Good evening. What's up, Lee? Michael Jones in the house. It is Smalley time again. Luckily, I think the river's it's going to be a little tough. It's going to be shallow, right? But I think it's doable, right? That's why we have kayaks. I think somebody, I think that was you, Lee, that mentioned that, or someone mentioned that about, hey, we're going to have a kayak tournament. We might as well, do it the old school way. That's why we're going to allow, um, we're going to allow, dragging your boats. We're going to allow wade fishing this event. Really just embrace on what kayak fishing is all about. So we're going to send it. Like I said before, I think the water levels are going to be, okay. It's not going to be great. Obviously, it's not ideal for what we like, but we're going to roll with the punches and get this one under the belt, and hopefully have a good day on Saturday. So, all right. Without further ado, let me go ahead and pull up the slides for this evening. What's up, Mr. King? Good to see you. All right. Hopefully everybody can see that. This is your official captain's meeting for the Trail Stop number 5. I can't believe we're already at number 5, guys. We're well over halfway through the season. We got a few more to go before the Classic. Like I said, this event, I'm glad we were able to keep it. I'm glad we didn't have to move things around too much. Obviously, we do have trophies with these events on them. We may relook that next year, depending on how things go the rest of this year. I feel like we kind of jinxed ourselves by putting the dates and the locations on our trophies. But like I said, this weekend we're good to go. We're going to send it, and like I said, hope for the best. You guys will see here in the captain's meeting, I'm going to put up some pictures, some screenshots of our of our off limits waters and things like that to be mindful of this weekend. There is a good chunk of the river that is going to be off limits, just for the simple fact of safety. And there's really not that many launches that I know of that are in this section to begin with. So keep that in mind as we move forward. If you do have questions about it, please reach out to me directly. If you have a gripe or something, I'd really appreciate it. The professionalism of reaching out to me, via private message or via Attorney X or email. I'm a pretty available guy. So, rather than having to, rely on social media, I don't check it all the time. I do monitor it, but I'm not on there all the time. So just like I said, be mindful of that and shoot me a message if you have an issue. I greatly would appreciate that. Like I tell everybody, social media is not the primary means of communication for the club. It was at one point back in our early days. It's all we had. But where we are nowadays, I definitely, like I said, I appreciate using official channels for club business and things like that. So anyway, moving forward, let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so what we're going to go over tonight is the registration. We'll talk rules a little bit. You guys know most of those. Pre-fishing, eligible waters, safety, and then the game day timeline. And then we'll open it up to questions at the end. Like I said, if you have something on your mind, please feel free to post it off to the chat, and I'll make sure that I get back to it and answers all the questions at the end. All right, everybody knows we're using Fishing Chaos. If you've been living under a rock, that's our tournament management system of choice, and that is where we handle business for all of our tournament purposes, and really where we run the club. So I don't say it enough, but shout out to Fishing Chaos and Jesse and Thomas and the good folks over there that make this as smooth as possible. I know everybody has, we have our hiccups and things like that sometimes when it comes to check in and check out and all that kind of stuff. But by and large, this system has been a true blessing to us. It makes my life easier. So I'd be remiss if I wouldn't mention that at least a few times throughout the season, how much we appreciate the folks at Fishing Chaos for all that they do. Registration cutoff time will be tomorrow night at midnight. 11:59 p.m. is your final minute tomorrow for the event on Saturday. Rules overview. I'm not going to get into all this. Just understand that we do have our standalone NVKBA rules, which are basically identical to the KBF rules. There's nothing in there that's going to really throw you for a loop other than the fact that we allow wade fishing and things like that for our river events. We just pretty much crossed out KBF and added NVKBA for pretty much everything. But we wanted to have a standalone rule set for down the road, just depending on what happens later in NVKBA's life. That way we're good to go and we can cover all of our bases that way. That being said, when you sign up for this event, you are agreeing to the rules. You're also agreeing to the liability waivers. We have a youth one, so if there are any youth anglers fishing, I generally keep those, a hard copy of those. Otherwise, everybody who signs up for the tournament is automatically, by registering for the event, agreeing to the rules and the liability waiver. All right, moving forward. Pre-fishing. Like I said, registration ends tomorrow, but pre-fishing also ends tomorrow. And that's going to be Friday, July 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So no more fishing, no more graphing, no more scouting after 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Obviously, the use of professional guides. Nobody should have been using those within the last 2 weeks and then launching early. Tomorrow morning, we're not going to have an earliest launch time. So it's going to be how we've done it in the past, where you just get out there and get on the water as soon as you can. Obviously, pre-fishing activities, graphing activities, you get to your spot, get to where you're going and stay put. But there won't be any restrictions tomorrow morning on early launching. Have your ramp etiquette and things like that. We'll talk about that here momentarily. All right, eligible waters. Here's the Upper Potomac River, or at least what we are considering the Upper Potomac River. Most folks may argue that the Upper Potomac River pretty much ends at Great Falls. We are allowing a small section after Great Falls, basically after Snake Island, where you are allowed to fish. I think one of the only main launches down that way is going to be Fletcher's Cove. Otherwise, you're looking at Harper's Ferry all the way south to Riverbend. So Riverbend and the dam right before Great Falls is your furthest point of advancement on the upper stem there, as you can see. And we'll dive into these a little bit deeper here in the next couple slides. But basically from Great Falls, that dam at Riverbend all the way down to the dam at Snake Island is going to be off limits. So that's going to be the off limits area for this event. Like I said, if you have any questions, concerns, gripes, and moans, hit me up offline and we'll talk about it. But that's where we are as of the eligible waters. Like I said, you'll be able to still get down a little bit further. Now, to my knowledge, that area right above, right around Fletcher's Cove is still tidal. However, there have been smallmouth caught in that area, so that's why we're allowing it for this event. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, and also as far as the little creeks and stems off of the river, offshoots, or whether it's flowing into or coming out of the Upper Potomac, those creeks are eligible, but only up until the first bridge that you come to. So some of those are pretty short, like the Monocacy. I know in the past we've allowed the Monocacy River in play for this event. This time we are cutting it, and we have cut it right there at that first aqueduct. So there's really not much Monocacy fishing other than the mouth. So just keep that in mind as you're out there this weekend. If you see a bridge, you've gone too far. If you go past the bridge, you've gone too far. You can fish up to the bridge. All right, stretch one, like I mentioned a little bit ago, is going to be Harper's Ferry. Basically, those two bridges from the Shenandoah River and the Upper Potomac at Harper's Ferry, all the way south to Riverbend and the dam right before Great Falls. Stretch two, like I said, Snake Island is going to be from there to the Francis Scott Key Memorial Bridge, and that's the Fletcher's area. You launch at Fletcher's, you can go as far up as you can get until you get to that dam at Snake Island. I'm not sure what the water levels are going to be like down that way, but keep that in mind. Do some research. Maybe if you haven't already, make sure you go scout out your areas. And then, like I said, the off limits area will be from the top of Great Falls down to Snake Island. All right, moving on, Fast and Furious. Safety, make sure you have your PFD and your whistle. Make sure you're hydrated overnight. Make sure you start hydrating tomorrow. That means water, right? Uh, that's going to help you out big time. You know, the heat's been killing us here lately. It's been pretty brutal. I do think we're going to have a little bit of relief from now through the weekend, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be hot. It's still going to be pretty warm. Probably going to be pretty humid, so make sure you're hydrating. Keep an eye on weather. We'll be keeping an eye on it as well. It looked like some places we may have a little bit of precipitation, but it doesn't look too crazy right now. Visibility, it's always good to have your flag. Definitely have your light if you're getting out there early before sunrise. Checking in and checking out. Again, this has been spotty at best over the last few events, but I'm going to do my best. What you'll likely see is the event open up before 6 a.m., but that does not mean that you can submit a fish before 6 a.m. All that means is that the event is open on Fishing Chaos, and that should allow everybody to check in on time. So we'll have check-in probably around 5:30 or so, because the tournament's going to start at 6. So if anybody has issues, just shoot me a message, and that'll prompt me to go in and check it and make sure that everything's adjusted accordingly. Let's see. Same with checking out. If you have problems checking out, shoot me a message. But hopefully, I'll leave the event open long enough for folks to be able to check out. Again, that doesn't mean that submissions are going to be accepted after 3 p.m. because we have that one. We're giving you 1 hour grace period, 2 to 3. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Make sure the fish is timestamped before 3, the fish has to be timestamped before 2. Has to be submitted before 3. Helping others in need. If you see somebody who capsized, stop what you're doing, go help them out. Use your whistles. Like I said, hopefully the currents won't be too bad. It'll probably like I said, pretty shallow fishing, trying to find pockets, dragging kayaks, things like that. I'd pack minimum if I were you. If I were fishing it, I would probably pack pretty minimum, 2 or 3 rods, and maybe a bag of tackle. I wouldn't be bringing my whole arsenal out there this weekend because you're going to probably be getting out and moving your boat a lot. So just keep that in mind when you're packing up and prepping. And then, like I said, emergencies, helping folks out. If it does involve loss of limb, eyesight, things like that, call 911, loss of limb, life, or eyesight. Those are the 3 major things. So just use those resources. Don't hesitate. I want everybody to come back and fish another day. All right. Game day timeline, launch etiquette. Like I mentioned every time, make sure that you are, if you're wet launching, if that's even possible at some of these places, make sure you get in and get out. Have your gear all rigged up and ready to go. Bring wheels. Those are a major benefit these days, using wheels. Sharing a cart. If you see somebody in need who doesn't have a kayak cart, lend a hand to them. Biggest thing is to get everything situated and stay off the boat ramps, stay off of the launches, make sure they're clear for other people. We don't want to park there and spend 10, 15, 20 minutes rigging up. So do that in the parking lot and then bring your gear down when you're ready. We talk check-in and check-out. Lines wet will be at 6, and then lines in is at 2 p.m. This is a smallmouth fishing event only, so no greenfish, no largemouth bass. That'll be the only stipulation for this tournament, other than, like I said, you're allowed to get out and wade and drag your boats this event. 5 fish limit as normal, and we will be running the 12-inch minimum for this tournament. And then talking recovery etiquette, same thing with launching. When you get up to the ramp, make sure you got all your stuff ready to go. Park your kayak off to the side, go grab your truck or your trailer, your wheels, and grab your stuff and go. And then de-rig and pack up in a parking space somewhere off to the side, so that way we're not crowding the ramps. All right, I'm breezing through this, guys. Last but not least here on the game day timeline is awards. So we did lock in Honor Brewing Company. That's going to be in Loudoun County. We're really looking forward to spending the afternoon over there after awards. We have a spot reserved around 4 p.m. and then obviously folks can stay as long as they want. But we'll go ahead and try to kick awards off right around 4, somewhere between 4 and 4:30. And again, that'll be at Honor Brewing Company. Let me pull up the address really quick. I'll update Fishing Chaos with this information as well. That way, all you guys have to do is click go and head there after the event. Honor Brewing Company. So there's a few of these, but we're going to be going to the one in Loudon, and that's going to be at 42604 Trade West Drive in Sterling, Virginia. So I will, like I said, I'll update the Fishing Chaos event with that, but that's where we're going to be having awards at. Special announcement for awards: if you ordered a hat or multiple hats or a jersey, the NVKBA Threadfin Apparel jersey, those are complete, and I have them in hand, and we will be handing out the first round of those this weekend at the awards. So if you ordered one, definitely come on, stop by. Even if you can't hang out and stay for awards, stop by and grab your shirt and your hats and both. I'll have them there, and then from there, I'm going to have a few different meetup opportunities for folks to come and meet me. I may end up meeting somewhere like Cabela's in Gainesville, kind of a good central spot in Northern Virginia, to hand out, the rest of them. We'll create good times and places for that, depending on where I'm at and things. I'm trying to avoid shipping costs, so as that stuff gets pretty expensive. So. But if we have to ship it, if the timelines don't work, and we'll make sure we get it shipped out to you. So, especially the folks that live far away. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. Also, I don't have them right here by my side, but we do have a big box of Biz Baits and Biz Gear that was mailed to us last week. So I really look forward to handing that stuff out for prizes. And obviously, we got a bunch of other cool prizes we'll be raffling off. Excuse me. So if you haven't been to our awards yet this season, we've been raffling everything instead of giving them to, placing at, the top five anglers obviously get payout. But we think it's good to be able to reward those who show up and support the club at the awards. So that's why we're raffling off all that good stuff. So we appreciate you coming out. We got some pretty cool prizes. So. All right, moving forward. All right, that's it. So we're going to open it up to any questions, guys and gals, you may have. If you don't have questions, great. Like I said, if you think of something, ask me between now and Saturday morning. But so far, we're looking pretty good. Payouts, let me look at payouts really quick. I think right now we're at 25 signed up. So I imagine we'll have a few more coming in tomorrow and probably some stragglers last minute. Let's pull up the table really quick. And we're looking at, if the event was today or tomorrow, we'd have 3 payouts in big bass, and first place would be taking home $520. That's a pretty good payout for being one of our smaller events. If we, it just goes up from there. So big fish would be at $250, which is $10 ahead this year. So yeah. Like I said, that was fast and furious. I wanted to get to the point and give you back your evening. Again, sorry I showed up a little bit late. But yeah, this should be a pretty straightforward tournament. Like I said, be safe out there. Keep an eye on, shallow rocks and boulders and all that, crazy stuff that these rivers have. Make sure you bring an anchor. That's definitely a good thing to have. Whenever you're using an anchor and a rope, make sure you have Make sure you have a knife to cut it. Okay. In the event, God forbid, something bad were to happen, you can get yourself free. So just keep those things in mind. Safety is always of highest priority here at our events. So, make sure you're practicing it and helping other people. That's the most important thing. We want everybody to come back and fish another day. So I don't see any questions rolling in. That's all I got. I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight, and good luck this weekend. Stay safe. Get after it. We got 1, 2, 3 trail stops left, and then it's the big one. So we look forward to it. We look forward to wrapping up, the season. Obviously, We don't want it to end, but we got some pretty cool festivities planned for the end of this year. We have our charity event as always coming up. So it's just a really good time, really good, especially once the weather cools off, it's going to be awesome fishing coming up. So we appreciate you guys as always. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We wouldn't have what we do. We wouldn't have the club that we do without them. And keep supporting them, guys. And hopefully everybody should have received the email from with the new Biz Bait discount code as well. It's a very, very generous discount code. So please go use it. If you don't have it for whatever reason, get in touch with me. I'll make sure you get squared away. But that's all I got. And yes, Nathan Shallis, number one, other than safety, is have fun out there. Please have fun. Take pictures. Cut up with the boys and the girls and post it up, man. Tag us, all that good stuff. Tag the sponsors. They eat that stuff up, and that's the most important part about all this is just having fun. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the fish. It's about having fun and enjoying the company of all those around us that enjoy the same passion. So couldn't have said it better myself. Nate, Greg, all you gentlemen, Bob King, Joel, appreciate it, brother. You guys have a good evening, and I'll see you all this weekend out here.